Hey guys, this is Chris Spade coming back at you. Today I'm taking a look at Far Cry 3, and basically everything that you can do in this you can also do for Far Cry 4. Great FPS game, great shooter game. I love these things, I love them to death. Great storyline. Ubisoft just went above and beyond in my personal opinion in this game. Well, what I want to show today is I'm going to show you how to put on God mode as well as infinite ammo without having to use cheat engine. But you know, that's these games that you can do that for, where you can actually go in and modify like the user profiles in the game itself. You know, that really wasn't intended to be cheats for the general public. Those cheats, really, they're not cheats, but they're tools that are used by game testers. The programmers put that in there. The game development company puts that in there for their game testers, because, you know, being a game tester, you could spend all day in just one location testing out a cabin and everything around that cabin to make sure that everything that picks up is gets recorded, make sure that all the walls are solid, and you just name it, and game testers have to go through it. Make sure even when you go out and die, you got to find every single way to die to make sure you're dying correctly. And it's just I find being a game tester a lot of fun. I enjoy it, but you know, you're really not playing the game. You're just making sure everything's supposed to work properly, and then you just mark down things that's not working properly, and you report back to the company, and they have their programmers go back in there, take a look at it, and fix it and tweak it. And this is where you get your updates all the time. You know, okay, well, you know, there's so much that can go wrong in the game. Game testers always have to just do it over and over and over and over again, and it can get a little tedious at times, but you know, if you love this kind of stuff, then that's what it's for. But I'm totally getting sidetracked. But these God modes, infinite health things that you modify in the profile, that's really what it was intended for, was their game testers, you know, so they can get you a better quality product out without all these bugs like you had with Batman Arkham Knight that just came out. They had to recall because of all these multitude of bugs, and sometimes they bypass the game tester stages, or they'll just rush them through it, you know, hit them with deadlines, and they're just not properly testing them like they should. And that can really turn around and bite them in the ass eventually. But anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you right quick how to put on God mode and infinite ammo without using cheat engine. And this did not come from me, but you can find this information on the net. You probably already know this, and I'm just going to show you right quick. Now this came from, also there's another channel that's on YouTube, and I want to tip my hat off to them. I also put his link in the description from a guy that's called Rayoff Khan. I want to thank him for his video that he put up in regards to Far Cry 3 and 4. He showed you how to go about installing that, and this is how you do it. You go here, just go to your documents, and then what you want to do is come down here. Now here's our cheat engine tables folder, and then right underneath it, or you may have some other stuff, I don't know, but look for My Games in the document folder. Just click on it, and you see here that Far Cry 3 folder, and you'll have two files, Gamer Profile, and you have Gamer Profile IGE, but we're just going to look at Gamer Profile. You're going to right click on it, and you want to open it with a notepad. I like using Notepad++. It's a lot more efficient. It separates things better. It's really good for way better than anything else, and that's what I use. And this, you know, just shows all your resolutions and everything. And what you want to do is come down here. Just take a look. We have one Gamer Profile that's up here, and we'll have another one that's down here that has a backslash with it. That's the one we want, is the one with the backslash. All you have to do is just type in God mode equals 1. Make sure that you put the quotation marks around 1, and just skip a space, and then just unlimited ammo, oops, equals quotation marks 1, and there you go. All you have to do is save that to your file and then reload up the game. Go out of the game, reload it back up so that it reads this information and loads it with the game, and that'll turn on these particular flags. So you'll have God mode where you take no damage, and you'll have unlimited ammo. Your ammos will still go down, however you won't lose any clips, which I find actually annoying because I don't like reloading. But that's how you would do that, and I'm not really going to go into detail. If you want to see it more closely, you can go to Ralph Kahn's channel and take a look at it, and he just goes through it step by step. And if you can't get it working, you probably just misspelled something or typed it incorrectly. But what I want to do is show you how you can actually use your health address and to find other values in there yourself. Now, I've already done something similar to this on my other video. That was the Dragon Age Inquisitions, where you could take your health address and you could find most of your attributes from that one address. So I'm just going to basically show you how I did this. And basically what I'm doing is taking one of Sneaky Mofo's lessons off his cheat engine tutorial site, which I will also put that link in the description, and I'm just putting it into practice and to show you how you can find all kind of goodies just by looking up one address and dissecting it, and just take a look at what all the offsets are being affected. Because I promise you, when you pull up a health value or ammo value, you can find all kind of things that are being influenced in that region, and it's just a quicker way to hack it out without having to always go in the cheat engine and putting in a value for every single thing you want to find. You can just find things a lot more quickly. You know how to get to it more quicker. And I just want to show you how I did it. And I'm going to use Far Cry 3 to do that. So stick around with me. Okay, thanks for holding, guys. I'm at the location. I'm toward the beginning of the game. This is the mission where you have to go find those leaves and then 2 boar skins. It's right at the beginning of the game, roughly. And we're just going to go in here and find our health value and see what other kind of goodies we can get out of that. And that's what we're going to do. So first, let's just find our health value. Make sure that you attach the game itself to your cheat engine. And I already know, because I've already done this, so I'm not going to go through the whole rigmarole of trying to find the health value. I already know that at full health that we start out at 100. It is going to be a float value, so let's go ahead and first scan that. And we see a bunch of fluctuating numbers. We can go ahead and get rid of those. Just kind of weed some of that out a little bit. Let me put it on decreased value. Let's go lose some health and find our health value. There's one. Alright, let's just wait for him to attack us here.
I've got you.
There we go. Just mash escape to pause it. And we don't really know how much health we lost, so we just have to do a decreased value. So I'm going to next scan it. And just, we got 237, so we're going to have to do it again. But let's just clear out some things that may be fluctuating. Alright. Let's go back to the game, take another hit. There we go. Alright, let's unchange. Nope, let's do decreased value. Because we did take some damage. We got 21 left. Let's just get rid of the changing values. And we can kind of ascertain which is our health value. More than likely it's these 42s. And I already really know what it is, because I do already know that the game has an internal code for your health that controls all your health. It's like the nucleus, so to speak. And then you have 2 display values. One is your health bar that's on the outer screen itself, or when you're in the game. Another health display screen is maybe when you're in character statistics, it's showing another health value there. And they all draw their information from this one address, this controls all the others. So if I change the internal code to 100, the others are going to change as well when I go back into the game. So I'm going to freeze the internal health value that I already know is the 1-1, ends in 0. Let's just go back in the game. You see that the display codes also changed as well. So now the board can hit us all he wants to. We're not going to take any damage. So now we can kind of go in there and mess around with it. Oops. Let's go ahead and turn that back off. Yeah, minimize that. The recorder really makes my computer lag. It pulls a lot of RAM. Let's go ahead and copy this for the time being. We want to find out what offset is actually our health value. So let me go ahead and get rid of these two. We don't need the display codes. And let's find out what is actually writing to our health by right-clicking on it and find out what writes to this address, also called breakpoint on write. And just take a hit. We're not going to lose damage, but it'll still register in here. That is just writing 100. That cheat engine's writing 100 to it. And just quickly, we see this here. Basically what this means is it's moving the new value, replacing the old one at offset 10, our base address being ESI. If you go down here and take a look, you see ESI is real similar to our address plus 10. See that? We go back to it, you see that's our base address. So really what we want is our base address, so we're going to copy that. And let's just go to our disassembler. We don't really need this anymore, so we can go ahead and stop and close it. And let's bring up our tools. Or, I'm sorry, yeah. Dissect data structures, or you can control D it, and you'll get this screen here. Go ahead and stick in that ESI base address that we just copied. And go ahead and define new structure. And just yes and okay everything, and we go to offset 10. We see that that is indeed our health value. If you don't know if that's your health value, it just showed us on that debugger screen. It's plus 10, so this is a base address ESI, which is at 0 offset. That's your base address plus 10. Well, here's 10. That's your health. That's what's writing your health. Okay. And more than likely this is our health cap, being at level 1. We can't actually go beyond 100 at the moment, and I don't know what this is, but influence something. But if you look down, you'll see we have some other 100s. Now I wonder what in the world could this be. You know, we have one at offset 30, we have another at offset 50. Well, I wonder what those could be. Let's go in there and just test them out and see what's influencing those 100s. Let me get rid of the debugger for the time being. And what I do is I kind of put this over to my screen a little bit so I can keep an eye on these values and what changes and what doesn't. So I'm going to take a look. Let me kill this thing so it stops attacking me. He's gone.
Alright. You can do this.
So what else could possibly be influencing this? Maybe our sprint. We do know that we have a sprint value. That our sprint goes down, he gets winded. We also have a breath value when we go underwater. So maybe that's controlling it. Well, let's find out. Let's go run around a little bit and see if any of these change over here. You see here we have 3 different offsets to take a look at here. So let's just see what's affecting that. Let's go run around and see if anything changes. I'm just going to hold down left shift. Excuse me. And we do that. I don't see anything being affected. Let's go down a little bit more. Oh, wait a minute. Now let's go back up here. Oh, did you see that? We just had some kind of fluctuation right here. I wonder what that was. I didn't see anything being influenced. Let me take off my infinite health. I don't want anything else fluctuating that. Let me bring that back up. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And let's just kind of run around. Oh, look at that. You see that going down where I have highlighted? Now it's going back up. I wonder what that is. It seems to be going down when I start running. See that? It's going down. He's getting winded. See, he's getting all out of breath. Now it's going back up. Looks like that might be our sprint value right there. So I wonder what happens if we add that to the address table by right-clicking on it, add to address. And let's freeze that at 100 and see what happens. Let me bring that back up out of the way. Now look. Now the game's trying to write to it and Cheat Engine's writing to it, so they're kind of having a little tug of war, but we can clear that up with the script later. But you can see my guy's no longer getting winded. He's just running, not slowing down. So, guess what? We just found our sprint value. We can label that. Let's label this first one health so we can keep them separate. And I'm going to put offset 10 so we know where that's located. We know that's the address. And I'm going to put here sprint. And we know that's at offset number 50. You can see that right here at offset 50. That's our sprint. So now we have two values we can look at. We can label them here also. We know that's sprint. That's affecting our sprint. We can go ahead and label, let me bring this over so you can see it. I'm sorry. Let's go back up to 10 and we can go ahead and click on float and just label that health. Sorry about that. So what are these other values down here? We know we have health, we have sprint now. What's this value? And I wonder what that value is. I don't know. Let's try some other things. Let's go get in the water. Wait a minute. Idiot. Okay. Let's go get in the water right quick. Let's pull this back over so we can look at it while we're doing this. See if anything's being effective when we're underwater. Oh, look at that. You see that? Right here. See that? That's going down at offset 30. And that looks like that's our breath value. So when that reaches 0, we're going to die. So let me get back up here. And automatically it went back to 100 as soon as we hit fresh air. How about that? That looks like that's our breath value. Let's see if we can go underwater and stay there. Now I know there are alligators or crocodiles in this thing, so that might kill us, but let's go ahead and put that in there and look at here. I believe that's our air value. Let's go ahead and freeze that and see if that goes down any. Let me just pop that back over here. We'll go ahead and X the box out. Now we're underwater, and look, Cheat Engine's writing 100 again to it, and the game's continue trying to make it go down. Of course, we can change that with the script, make it more stable, but right now we're just trying to find and see what it is. Can we stay underwater indefinitely doing this? As long as we avoid the crocs. Yep. My guy is no longer doing that mess. Looks like we just found our underwater value. So let's just test it. Will we die if we go down to 0? Of course, we'll lose all our other stuff if we do that, but you know, when you hack games, you want to test everything out to its max. So let's just see. Let's go ahead and jet that down to about 25 and let's see what happens. Let's see if he reacts in any kind of way to it without really killing us. Look, see? Now my health is going down. See that? He was almost drowning there. Let's go back and put that on 100. And let's see if that goes away. Boom. See that? That was definitely our health. Our breath underwater. We can even test that out of the water. Let's go put that on 10. Put that on 10. Now look. He's still gasping for air. We're above ground because it's not going back up. We have it frozen. See that? See? Hear that muffling? That is definitely our breath underwater. So we have it frozen back at 100. Now look, he's no longer struggling, and we can stay underwater now. There we go, and we know here that is at offset 30. And that's what you do. You just go in there and try some of these different things out. These values represent something, you know. That's going to be at offset 30. And we can go in there and label that there. And what's even better about knowing these offsets and knowing that they stem from your health value is that when you have found your address, you can find all these other addresses with a hex calculator. How do we do that? I'll show you. Bring up your calculator, and we're going to go into the programmer mode. Just click on view and make sure that programmer's check marked, and just go to hex. We're not going to be working with a decimal, just the hex value. And what we're going to do is copy our health value, or better yet, it's always better to start with the bigger value. We know that the sprint offset is bigger because it goes to 50 here. The offset is 50, and we know that air is 30. So we know roughly how far apart they are already without even using the hex calculator, but it's always best to do that. And if we ever want to find this again in the future, just copy that, put it in our hex calculator, and we'll put minus the smaller value, which is our health. So we're going to copy that, go back, and we've already hit minus, and then just paste the other one in there, and it equals 40. So if you didn't write scripts or anything of that nature, of course we get into that later some other time on another video, which I'm happy to do. If people want it, I'm more than happy to show you how. We'll write our scripts, and we can put all these values in there all together and just have them always turned on or turn them off whenever we feel like it. But we know how to find these. We know how to find our sprint value. All we have to do is look up our health address. Let me take that off. We knew, because we'll write it down in Notepad, that it was 40 plus whatever our address is. So we copy that, put it in hex calculator, and just go plus 40. Guess what that's going to give us? That's going to give us our sprint value. Same address, see? And you do the same thing with your air offset and any other values that you find. So you got another 100 down here. I don't even know what that is. And you have other things that you can play around with. Here's another 100 for something. You know, it could be for anything. It could be for armor, so to speak, or that could be our armor value, because I don't even have armor yet. But I can guarantee you, more than likely, since that's set to 0 and I don't have armor yet, but I guarantee that when I do purchase armor or do have it, that's going to be my offset for armor. We can go test that out later. And that's how you can just mess around in the dissect data structure from one address and find all these other goodies. And Stephen shows you how to do that, and it's a great lesson. I thoroughly recommend that you go to his Cheat Engine site or channel and just, you know, go through the lessons there. He shows you all kind of nifty tricks that you can do in the memory view as well as the dissect data structure, and he does a lot better job of explaining it than I do. And I really recommend giving it a watch. So I'm going to put that link in the description as well. But that's what I wanted to show you, and that's how I did it with Dragon Age Inquisition. If you go look at my other tutorial on that, and I just gave you the distances already, you know, and it's for a specific version. I believe mine is version 4, I believe, but you can do it for, you can do that for any version, but you just have to find them yourself. But that's how to do it, and that's how I did it. You just got to go in there and mess around with it and play around, and you'll find all kind of sweet stuff in there. And you didn't have to go up in here and look for it and just get frustrated. You know, it's all right there at your fingertips. Usually anything that's pertaining to you will be roughly with the same address. You just got to go in there and just dig it out and just experiment. And that's what game hackers do. And then that's how you get all these cool little cheats that you find. And say, how in the world did they find that? You know, well, more than likely this is how they did it. So, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. I'll go ahead and put those links in the description for you. I do want to thank you all so much for watching and for coming back, and your comments mean a lot to me, especially when you guys write me like you do. I appreciate that. I always want to hear anything you have to say. If you have a gripe, I don't mind hearing those as well. Just let me know, and if there's something I can improve on, tell me what it is. If you're going to throw a dislike on there, well, tell me how I can make it better for you. Because basically I'm all about giving you the knowledge. I want you to learn, because I enjoy learning stuff like this. I don't like depending on other people to do crap like this for me. I like figuring out how to do it myself. And when I figure out something, I'm more than happy to spread the knowledge along. You take it and do with it as you see fit. Some people don't like it, some do. I'm here for those that do. So, alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign on out of here. You guys take care. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the games. Enjoy all the multitudes of things you can do with games other than just play it. You can get high replay values in doing things like this, and that's what it's all about, is having fun. Okay? So you guys take it easy. And like always, cheat the game. You take care now. Bye-bye.